Hello everyone and welcome back to Beautiful Chaos. My name is Vicky, and for those that are new here, welcome. I am so excited to have you guys here. I am starting a series this week that is all based on mindset. I am so excited for this series, and if you are excited for this one too, I figured it'd be something great to start our new year. Today is New Year's. Happy New Year's, my friends. I figured, again, this would be something great to start our year off on a positive start with the year that we had last year. Let's start it off the right way. So mindset, if this is something that you could use some help with, let's just dive in. Okay, my friends, so like I said, this is going to be a few-part series. Today, I'm going to focus more on what exactly is mindset, the two different types of mindset, and really what those are. I really just want to start with the foundations first, just so that we can have a clear picture of what it is. So really, the dictionary definition says that mindset is the established set of attitudes held by someone. And then I wanted to look up what the Wikipedia definition is, and I will just tell you, for me personally, I hold Wikipedia kind of with a grain of salt because I know people can go in and change it, so you can hold it with a grain of salt as well. But Wikipedia said it's a set of assumptions, methods, or notions held by one or more people or groups of people. And I feel like that definition does really, go in conjunction or in line with the dictionary definition, honestly. And one thing while doing research for mindset, I came to, and I've heard this previously from other trainers of mine also, that really you get the foundations for your mindset at a very young age. So really around the time in elementary school, 7, 8 years old, you really start to have that foundation and that ground of what your mindset is. So I will tell you, in doing research for this, I was really thinking of my children and what type of foundation or what type of mindset they have, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my child has this type of mindset, or this child has this type of foundation or mindset, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? So while doing my research, I found that about 30 years ago, a doctor, what was her name? Dr. Carol Dweck, and I might be pronouncing that last name wrong, really found that there are two different types of mindset. There is a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. So a fixed mindset is a somebody who really concentrates their beliefs and thoughts, or really constrains those beliefs and thoughts, more or less. So they believe that people are really born with their talents and their abilities, and that they really can't do anything about those talents and abilities, and they can't grow those talents and abilities or their intelligence, or they can't get better even being persistent and trying and learning on any aspect of that. Whereas a person with a growth mindset does believe that they can grow and learn, and with hard work and persistence and development, and that they can grow through those types of things and with effort, and so that's the two difference with the mindset, and that these types of mindset are really developed at a young age, in elementary school, like I had said. So some different characteristics, and these are things that you really can think of, and try to figure out where you kind of lay, and then try to think about where you want to be, whether it's in your life or in a business or your children, or what you're trying to teach your children. These are things to kind of think about. So characteristics of a fixed mindset, and I have my notes here that I'm going to read off of because there are quite a few. So talents, abilities, and intelligence, they are fixed, and it's just who we are. It's not anything that we can necessarily change. These people tend to run from the errors, and they don't engage with or they don't desire to look, or they have this desire to look smart. They have the desire to look smart, but they don't necessarily want to correct the errors that they had made. They avoid challenges whatsoever. And that was one that really stuck out to me, especially with my children and with homeschooling this year. So this is just a story. With homeschooling my children this year, I have noticed a lot, especially with our foster son, that he does say a lot, well, that's too hard with building Lego sets, for instance. He's like, I can't do it. It's too hard. I don't understand the instructions. I just can't do it. And he'll reach out to one of my daughters and say, well, can you just do it for me? Because I can't do it. I can't do it. And I've always been trying to say to him, like, no, honey, the more that you try, the better you're going to get. So you should try, at least try, give it a try. And so, just reading through some of these characteristics and maybe some of the traumas that he's been through, these are things that he was taught at a young age that we are trying to just overcome and change that thought process, that we're like, oh my goodness, he's got this fixed mindset that we're trying to flip, like, no, you are good enough. And so it's just these things that we're seeing. So gives up early, so these are characteristics that I'm still going through. So feels threatened by the success of others, ignores negative feedback even though it may be highly relevant or even useful. Doesn't take that constructive criticism. Avoids new experience with the fear of failure. Looks for people who can reinforce their self-esteem. And this was another thing that I had noticed too, where it's just that constant, oh, well, look, I threw this away into the garbage, or, oh, look, Mom, I did this. It just needs that constant reinforcement of gratification. And so it's like the things that he was lacking from that other home environment, he's trying to get it here. So again, it's just noticing that those things do happen at such a young age. So it's trying to figure out what was it that we were lacking at that age that is now holding us back in life. And it's just so weird to see it at the young age of my kids now. And then I'm like, well, what's holding me back in my life and in my businesses now that hurt me back then? So it's trying to figure those things out. Let's see, where was I? Focuses on the outcome since they consider results as their identity. Can lead to cheating or deception. So those are all types of characters in a fixed mindset. And the thing that I was really just thinking about during this research is that you can have a little bit of both, but maybe be more of one type than the other. So it's always a good thing to think about, like, okay, maybe I do have a couple of these, but I'm more of the other. So these are the things that I can work on to, help improve. So, and now characteristics of a growth mindset. So talents, abilities, intelligence can be developed through efforts and practices, engages deeply and processes the error with a desire to correct the error. So you want to improve, always be improving in a growth mindset. Embraces challenges, so you're always the first to just soak up that knowledge and take that challenge on and just continue to grow. Perseveres in the face of failures instead of setbacks. So you don't look at failures and setbacks as failures and setbacks. You look at them as more lessons and lessons learned. And those can always be hard, because they just can be hard, because you always want to succeed, but instead of looking at a failure as a failure, you got to look at it as a success in its own right, and just look at it as a lesson learned and move forward. You can't latch onto it and hold on to it for too long, because if you do, it's just going to drag you down. Accepts criticism as a way to learn. Criticism, there's going to be one way to look at it and one way to move forward. There's going to be some people who are just going to be outright mean out there, and you can't let those people bring you down. And if it's something that is just downright mean and disgusting, you gotta move on. There's going to be those people out there. You just have to move on from it. Take the criticism that's worth it and learn from it and move forward. Embraces novelty. This is really small. Maybe I should make it bigger and then I can read it better. What do you think? There, wow, 100%. So where was I? Okay, finds inspirations in others' success. This is super important, where a fixed mindset feels threatened by others' success. A growth mindset embraces others' success, cheers others on, and it just finds inspiration in it, and it makes them passionate to continue to move forward. Embraces novelty with a desire to master new skills. You're just hungry for knowledge and you just soak it up, and so that's a growth mindset. Looks for people who challenge them to grow. So you're constantly looking for mentors and coaches that just challenges you to grow. You focus on progress and learning without worrying about the outcome. So it's all about progress and moving forward, and you just divorce the outcome. One of my mentors always says that it's all about the progress and the consistency and just doing the do and divorcing the outcome. It's not about the results. You got to leave the results behind and just do the work. It's about the work. It's not about the results. Leads to collaboration and innovation. It's about working together and just the imagination, getting out of the box, getting out of your comfort zone. That's what growth mindsets do. So that is the big things about, what mindset is, the two differences about fixed mindsets and growth mindsets. So really just taking those characteristics, finding out what two you really fall under, and just seeing what areas that you can improve on. That's really kind of what I wanted to focus on today. That's phase 1, stage 1, because it's really just kind of understanding. That's like the baseline of understanding mindset. Next is more like addressing self-limiting beliefs and how we all self-sabotage ourselves, and then manifestations and how to work on manifesting those things in our lives, and how to cultivate that growth mindset, and how to grow and just exude that positivity and create that morning routine. And just, so these are like things that I'm going to be bringing out and posting throughout the coming weeks. I am hosting a Mastering Your Mindset challenge next week. It is a 3-day challenge, which is going to have all of this in there, plus a free workbook. It is completely free. So if you are interested in joining the challenge, this is just going to get you this information a little bit sooner, plus that free workbook, where it's just going to guide you through each of these steps to help get this portion of your life and your business just under control, this is the basis. This is honestly the basis of just getting the stress, the worry, the chaos, the chaos of all of it, just to help ease everything, to help your days go more smoothly. So if you are interested in joining that challenge, just comment challenge below, just to help get everything clear. So that is going to be the big thing today. So until next time, or until next week, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful New Year's Day, and we will talk soon. So find beauty in the chaos and joy in the moments. Bye.